Hello strangers, welcome back to your average brother. On today's video, I plan to do a review of the reverse camera that we installed about 12 months ago on the Ford Focus, but it has just magically stopped working. It's been like a couple of days now. It's not been giving me any feed, and I do not know if this video is now going to be a review slash trying to figure out what's going wrong. But basically, yeah, it's still the same thing. We are going to be diagnosing what went wrong with the reverse camera, and if it's actually fried or if it's just something that's just gone wrong. And the only reason why I didn't just do this off camera is because quite up to date there's still people asking questions about the reverse camera, and stuff like that. So I just figured, yeah, this might be a good addition to what we already have on the channel in regards to the reverse camera. So yeah, first things first, let me just show you what comes up anytime I try to use the reverse camera right now. Let's go into the car and see. So we're in the car, yeah. Let's just trace where the problem is coming from. Put it into reverse, nothing comes up basically, and when it finally does come up, it says no video input. On a normal day, it's supposed to be showing us the video input. And if I click on this, press on hold, click on input type, automatic recognition, and see if it recognizes that we have a camera. Basically, what I'm trying to do here now is just to see if it recognizes that we have a camera. It says, hang on, let me just give it a second to come up. I don't want to speak for it. Yeah, basically, yeah, it says no matching result, please try again. Okay, fine, that's good. No matching result, please try again. That basically goes to tell me that it does not recognize that we have a camera, and it not recognizing that we have a camera is pointing mainly towards the power. That means either the camera is not getting any power or the camera is basically fried. So the next thing I want to do now is to check the power source for the camera, just to be sure that there's no loose connections or there's nothing out of place there. And that's what we're just going to be doing now. This is the culprit, and we had the wire come all the way from here, through here, and then fed its power from the reverse tail light. Basically what we need to do now is just to check the reverse tail light. I just want to take out this screw and this screw, take this out, and then pull this down a little bit just to check the reverse tail light and see where, if there's any loose connections or not. So this is a T25 bolt. Yeah, I'll take the other one off as well. Yep. Try not to break any clips, because that is where your problem starts. Once you start breaking clips, okay. Basically, now that we have access, what I'm just doing is taking out this. Let me see if I can. Yeah, this black thing, and there's another one just above here. Yeah, these two things are what like holds the lights in place. So basically I'm just going to take those two out and just take this out a bit like that, just to see if we still have any power connection here. This right here is the reverse camera line, and this is where it was connected to. There literally isn't anything I can say that's like disconnected, but I'm just going to take this out, open this tape just to be sure, because we're here anyways. Open this tape and see if there's any discrepancies inside here, and yeah, of course cover it back up. But yeah, this is where it was supposed to draw power from, and I don't see why it's not drawing any power. This is the tail light of the car, yeah, and this reverse light here, this white one, the reverse light, this is it here. That's the connection. So basically what I've just done is, this black is like the grounding, this one is the live. So I've just connected the two power sources. This connected them to here. I know it's a bit dodgy, but yeah, I mean, who cares? We've just done that. So I've taken it out now, and I just did this just to explain and answer some questions, because I'll be linking the previous video back to this one. And now that we understand that, I just want to put this back in together now. We'll connect the live and the grounding to these wires here, and then tape it back up, then close it back in. Let's see if we do that, if that solves our problem, or if we have to, you know, dig deeper. I'm pretty sure there are like other professional ways of doing this, but the only reason why it is recommended to connect this to the reverse light is because when you put your car into reverse, it triggers power to the reverse light, and that in turns triggers power to the reverse camera. If you want to go deeper into hardwiring it into a fuse and all that, you know, you need a little bit more research, but just to make things easier, it's easier when you connect it to your reverse light, because you know definitely as long as your reverse light has power, the reverse camera is going to get power, because it draws, you know, power from there. And that's exactly what I've just done now. Now that that one is covered, connected, I just want to cover it up. We're not doing the best of jobs, but it doesn't really matter. All you need is the connection, to be fair. So yeah, we've covered it back up now. It's not the neatest job, but as long as it does the job, no one cares. Now that we've reconnected the power lines, put this back in, secure the lights. So we've just reconnected the power source. So let's test if that solves our problem. Fine. If not, we dig deeper. Reverse, and oh, sorted, kind of. Let's see. It's a automatic recognition. Let's just see what it says from there now, because I don't know why it came out in black and white. Okay. All right. Save. Okay. Well, that was I don't know why Loki, I was expecting it to be more than that, but yeah, that seems to have solved the problem. Let's restart the device. Well, there we have it, boys and girls. Problem solved. That was really easy and quick to fix. I was not expecting it to be that easy, but anyways, I'm not complaining. The problem has been solved, and 12 months later, honestly speaking, the reverse camera is still a good buy. And if you're experiencing a problem similar to this, maybe this video helps you out, let us know in the comment section. I myself have learned quite a few things from other people dropping comments and other people answering other people's comments. So if this video helps you out, you know, make sure to drop a comment. If you have any other questions regarding reverse camera, or you want to see, in fact, I'll link the previous video, the first installation video. I'll link that obviously in the description, and I'll also link this in the description of that as well, so it's kind of like merged into one. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but yeah, thanks for watching up to this point. Please make sure to give a like I said, drop a comment, and also subscribe. It helps out the channel. If you ask me, it's still a good buy even in 2025. It's still a very good buy, and it's a little addition to your old car. It just makes your old car look a little bit more modern. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks and God bless.